Hi guys, welcome to another Carbonwurks how-to video. Today we've got this 69 Reg 992.1 Carrera S down from London for the installation of a ducktail spoiler, as you can see here. This is actually a carbon part, no surprises there with us being Carbonwurks. However, this one's been painted, which is options to you guys or the customer, so he's chosen to have the whole thing painted. So that's ready to install on the car. I'm going to put this over here for just a second. We've sold quite a few of these now around the world. We've had quite a number of you asking about the installation of the product. It's actually one of the easiest installations out there, so we're going to talk you through it in this video. Very minor number of tools and time needed to get this done. So we're going to quickly walk you through it in this video just to show you how easy it is. And then, yeah, put everyone's minds at rest as to whether or not they should buy one. So as previously suggested, it's an extensive toolkit for this job. T20 hex bit driver, so Torx 20. I've got a cranked, so an angled Torx driver to go in the back there. Selection of picks, so I think the right angled pick works best for me to remove the caps that cover the screw locations. Then lastly, you might find a small flat blade screwdriver helpful for swapping over the trim clips or the screw clips from the old spoiler to the new one. So I'll pop these on the side. First step is to get the spoiler in its raised position, so I'll show you that now. It's a nice straightforward menu in the car. So with the ignition on, which I've left this on because it takes a while to load up, you go into the car menu, which is as it is loaded now, and then you have the spoiler button at the bottom. So if you hit the spoiler button, that will then raise the spoiler up, ready for the installation. So we're here at the back end of the car with the spoiler. So as the eagle-eyed amongst you might have seen, we've put some paintwork protection down, as I always do when I'm working on cars. So it's not too involved. I'm not really going to get up and close with the car, but just in case I brush up against the bumper, that's there. So now onto the spoiler itself. The spoiler is secured by a series of screws along the back edge here. I've counted 8 total, correct me if I'm wrong, but they hide behind these little black caps which seal them in on the back edge here, which is where your pick tool comes in handy. So you should be able to see at one end there's a recess to get the pick tool in, and then you can then just pop. They're held in purely by a clip at one end, so you pop those out, which should reveal then the T20 screw behind. So I'll demonstrate with these two. It's the same procedure all the way along for the other 6 to make a total of 8. So with those caps removed, it is then simply a case of undoing these screws. They do need to be removed completely, so keep going until you can't go anymore. And the number one top tip is to not drop the screw once you undo it. Not so bad here, but particularly in the middle, you'll end up losing it down into the depths. Top tip there might be to have a magnet handy ready to catch it for you. But that's number 1 screw out, and I'll do number 2 again. Much the same. Again, catch the screw as it falls out. So I'll crack on now and get the other 6 removed. Like I say, the process is much the same. There's no point me showing you all of them. And then with that, I'll be ready and able to remove the top lid of the spoiler, change over for the new one. So with all of the screws removed now, it's just a simple case of pulling back on the rear lip of the spoiler and lifting off. So that disengages the front and removes it, which if I now flip it upside down, brings attention to these screw retaining clips that we just need to swap over to the new part, ready to install. So with the old and new side by side, you can see the only difference is these spire screw retaining clips here. So they just need to be swapped over from the original part to the new part, which is maybe where this small flat blade screwdriver comes in handy, just to be able to wiggle them off gently, and then they line up with the mounting holes on the new part. Just slide over and repeat. So again, there's 1 for each screw location, total of 8. So I'll do this one again just to demonstrate, and then the rest is very much the same process. Wriggle it out and then install again in the same position on the new part, and that's it, ready to go. So I'll crack on now, get the other ones done, and the new part will be ready to install on the car. So with the new part now ready to install, is simply a case of the reverse of the removal. So offer it up, holding it back from the leading edge here at the front. Basically, you've got in the square holes on the tabs on the front here, they locate onto the dowels in the original plastic base. So that's what you're looking to get lined up. As such, just literally drop it in and then push it forward to get them to engage. Just make sure underneath along the back edge here that it's all lipped over properly and that it's not sitting too high. So the product should lip underneath the back edge. And then just one thing to check is that the tail ends both sides is to make sure that the fitment is even. So when I install the screws, it should kind of pull it down to where it needs to be. But if you just, again, make sure that it's flush with the lower support, the lower part, in its installed position. And this particular spoiler does have a small amount of adjustment movement left to right. So just make sure you get that right. And then what I'll do is I'll start by screwing in from the center outwards. Again, reverse of the previous procedure, put the screws back in. Everything should line up with the new part with the screw clips that I've just swapped over. Screw it all down, caps back in, test the raising and lowering, and ready to go. So I'll get on with that now. So that's the installation of this ducktail complete. It's actually taken longer to film this video than it has for me to actually do the installation. No surprises there. So key points, obviously it's a direct fit, direct swap for the original part. Available from our website for a number of 992 variants. Check it out. Available to order worldwide with shipping, painted, unpainted, raw carbon finish, etc. All from your paint code. So it can all be done in-house here, shipped to you, ready to install. Any further questions, drop them in the comments, send us an email, all the usual lines of inquiry. And I think that just about covers it. Obviously, nice subtle little increase in the aero and styling on the back end of the car. We really like it, which is probably why we've sold so many of them already and why we're making this video for you guys. Stay tuned for the next installment of parts for our Porsche range. Until then, like, share, subscribe would be very much appreciated. Thanks and goodbye.